going on YouTube? This your boy Oskino Fly. Back with another random thoughts. Random. So I watch a lot of politics. I've done it before I joined the Navy, and I'll probably watch it after I join the Navy. Um, so one of the things I always kind of looked at is about the things that's going on in the black community. Now, be mindful. I've actually made a video documentary called Black Community, Where We Going. I'll leave it in the description box. Basically, me talking to a bunch of my friends. They're actually my friends, but they're younger than me or my age. And then I asked them a couple of these questions, what they think about the black community and everything, and a lot of them gave very intricate and very well thought out answers. And you could tell they had a lot on their mind, what they spoke about, and it's to me is one of my best work. But enough about that. You hear a lot about what is wrong with the black community. Either it's because of white supremacy, or the other side say that it's because it's the in depths of going on in the black community, the way y'all like stab each other in the back, and the murders and the killings and the education and all that stuff. The problem with this argument is that people try to basically put it in one section, or where people's like, well, most people say it's white supremacy, and the other side I've always said, it's because there's lack of fathers, and it's all in the house. It's like white supremacy has nothing to do with it. And my thing is, it's so much wrong with the black community that you can't just leave it on one thing. You gotta fix both. And the other thing is, both sides is right. And I've always said this, the one side, and I believe, and someone's gonna correct me. I think it's the left. Yeah, it's the left that's always, when they go and protest, they base on everything on emotion. It's how they feel. And the right is mostly logic. Now, don't get me wrong. I've seen stuff on the left where there's logic, when there's very logical, and some things do count. And the right, when they get hit with their logic, they kind of like disregard it. And so this is why I don't abide to any side, because I think both sides have their points and both sides can be wrong. Excuse me. Now, the problem what I have with the left is they're too emotional sometimes. Like, I watch a lot of people, they go after Jordan Peterson or Ben Shapiro and all that other stuff, and you could tell when they argue with him, they try to stop his protest by pulling fire alarms, going to his drinks and yelling, throwing air horns in their face and all that other stuff. Like, I've always looked at it as like, that is not the way how to do things. If anything, it's going to annoy them. You're not going to stop them. The only way you're going to stop them, or at least change their mind, is to at least combat them on that level. And the people from the left can't debate. It's not a lot. There's like, the few that can debate should debate more, because there's a lot of people I see, they go after Jordan Peterson or Ben Shapiro, and they shut them down every time. It's not even fair. They just shut them down every time. And the problem what I have with the right is I wouldn't say too logical, but a lot of the opinions are based on stats. Now, if you're wondering what is wrong with that, the best way I can put it is, it's a sports reference or a sports metaphor, like the GOAT, Jordan versus LeBron. If you have, usually when you see people talk about who's the greatest, Jordan or LeBron, all the LeBron fans will break out his stats. He has this, he's done this more times, he done put this in and this in, this in. He's about to break his record. He's like, he done surpassed Jordan in this many stats and all that other stuff. You see that all the time. It's like, but if you look at the people who talk about Jordan as the GOAT, Most of they tell you is Jordan's a killer. Jordan had that. Where Jordan wanted the ball, Jordan got it. He would finish games. Jordan's a finisher. So it's basically like the eye test. So when they're all based on the eye test, and that's the same way I bring about the left and right. It's like the black people, we see these killings. We see the police fucking with us, and we're telling you the police is fucking with us. You may not, and then sometimes with the right is, well, the this happens to white people more than white people more, yada yada yada, and all the other stuff, or you should have been breaking a law, or um, even though he was in the wrong, you don't know what happened before there. There's all this excuse, and we're telling you, bruh, the police is really corrupt. There's something really in the system, and they're getting off. Usually, when you see these people kill these white people, when you see cops kill these white people, they're getting arrested, they're getting suspended. Every time when they kill black people, they're getting off, and then the white people will have an excuse about it. Now, on the left side, it's like they bring all these stats, but they never really. I don't think they ever really look at the eye test. They already look at this, see them fucking over. I feel like sometimes they do purposely turn a blind eye, and then they'll just go with the stats on the papers, and you can't do that. Now stats and statistics is good, especially to win an argument is very good, but at the same time it don't really tell the whole story, and that's the problem with I have with the right. um it's a little bit, so I feel like if both sides did both things well, we could at least coming to a conclusion, a solution. But I don't think the world wants a solution. I feel like one just wants to control and the other one just want to bitch about being controlled. But when it comes to doing a solution, we're never going to find a good median. And that's where the people in the middle, when they see both sides, they get people don't like them the most, because the right thinks they're with the left and the left thinks they're with the right. So the most people that's on the fence, they get fucked the most. It's like, why don't we just do both? Or at least that's how I feel about it. Um, Basically, I guess. What I want to do is, like, with the black community where we going, I want to do more of this. I want to talk to the LGBT. I want to talk to more women, because when I had it, I had one woman on there. She was great. Actually, two women. I had two women on there. They were great, and I feel like I really want to get more opinions on women, more from different point of views, just so I could feel like we could come to some type of conclusion. Right now, I feel like as black people, this is the perfect time for us to be coming up, and that's the good thing. And before I go, I know I was forgetting one more thing. It was about the left. I think they not the left, but the right. I think they always turn a blind eye to things like Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's Black Wall Street. The Black Panther Party that was trying to tell people we can govern ourselves. Even like the Martin Luther King and the Malcolm X thing, when we was trying to go for civil war. I feel like even that they kind of turn a blind eye to, because if I feel like there is a such thing as white supremacy, it's just that it doesn't fuck with the lower class. Anything maybe middle class and upper class they'll fuck with, like a Bill Cosby. I think that's why you got hemmed up. Even Charlemagne the God, which is what he's going through his predicament right now. I think they're trying to fuck with him because he has a lot of power, and I feel like people see that, and I feel like that's why they killed Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and even Bill Cosby. Even though a lot of people who didn't really fuck with Bill Cosby, him, if he was buying NBC like they said he was, that could have been major. We could have seen a lot more black shows on TV and all that other stuff. It could have been good for black people. But you see black women on TV thriving. We say that a lot more shows or sitcom. Marlon got renewed for another season. I think that show was funny. Um, so I feel like with this, if we have this platform, we can, govern not only just govern ourselves, but get ourselves out the hole that we put ourselves into, or even if the white man don't put ourselves into. Um, but I guess that's all. I don't want to linger on for too long with my thoughts, but let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments. It's your boy Mosquito Fly, and I'm out.
Wife with a couple of bars, you see me flying through the city with no wings attached. Cause I be doing what I want, cause ain't no strings attached. See high as a kite, a bird, a plane. Just watch me fly from sight like doves and cranes. Say I'm the flyest on the side of the river. My only comp in the mirror. My God telling me it's time to deliver. Cause I'm riding my Impala. Girls, they gon' holler. Nigga pockets on E, but I feel like a